Hi guys, I hope you're having a super duper great day. I am, thank you. So today I'm going to talk about myths, that's a hard word, and misconceptions about being trans. And if you're new here, my name is Mathilda. I'm a trans woman and I transitioned over 10 years ago. So today I'm going to talk about like wild things people think about or like have misconceptions with being trans. I recently started doing TikToks and like the comments on there are like wild. They're crazy. They're traumatic at best, like emotional damage. So yeah, I'm just going to dive into a few myths that I've heard. But let's get into all the misconceptions about being trans. But before we get into this video is actually in sponsorship with Catch Beauty. And I know what you're thinking. She's always talking about Catch Beauty, but it's because it's like a godsend. I love it. And if you haven't heard about Catch Beauty before, like where have you been? But also, they're amazing. They mostly sell IPL machines, like this little device right here. And an IPL machine is a little device that helps you remove your unwanted body hair and facial hair permanently in the comfort of your own home. It's amazing. It definitely works. And also, if you purchase this one that I have, you can actually change its module to like a skin review. What? A skin rejuvenation module. That's a tongue twister. And also an acne treatment. And I can definitely say that it works. It works wonders. I've been using mine for like 1.5 years and I love it. And also something I really love about Catch Beauty is their incentive to help trans people on their journey. So on their website, they have a product specifically targeted for trans people, which is obviously amazing. However, you can still purchase their products even if you're not trans, obviously, but it's just like what they do. That's why I love them so much. But yeah, if you're interested in getting one yourself, and I truly recommend it because they work and they're amazing and I just like love them so much, you can use my discount code Mathilda and click the links down below in my description box and my top comment. Discount code, top comment, everything like that. But without further ado, let's get into the rest of this video. So the first myth and misconception I've heard, especially on TikTok, no one really believes that the bottom surgery is like real. Everyone always assumes that I've never had the bottom surgery, which I did like pretty early on in my transition, like 1.5 years after my hormone replacement therapy. I had my bottom surgery, the SRS, the GRS. It has many names. But yeah, many people don't actually know about this and they just assume that I haven't had it. And when I say that I have, they're like, what are you talking about? Like, you're lying. I don't know why that is. I live in Sweden and we get it for free, and that's probably why, because like I've heard that in the US you have to pay for it and it's pretty expensive, so yeah, maybe that's why. I'm not entirely sure. I'm not saying that all trans people have the bottom surgery, definitely not. I'm just saying that it's a misconception that all trans people haven't had the bottom surgery. I'm not saying whether it's good or bad. I don't really have a personal opinion on the matter. I'm just saying that I've heard, or I can tell the majority of people actually think that trans people don't go through with the bottom surgery, and some trans people don't and some trans people do. And I went through my SRS pretty early on. And also this kind of ties into this as well. But whenever I say that I've had the SRS, or not every time, but like it has happened on many occasions, especially on YouTube and TikTok, it's like people don't think that it looks like authentic or real. What? They say that it looks like an open wound or an axe wound, and I'm like, what the are you talking about? No, it doesn't. It doesn't look like an open wound, or like it looks authentic, or I don't know. Everyone looks different. Like all cisgender women look different. I'm just saying that it looks real. I don't really like the term real or normal just because we're all so different, every one of us, but yeah, it looks real. Misconception number 2. This is like the worst one, I think. On television, in media, we're portrayed as sex workers or crazy or like obsessed with anything related, which is definitely not true. Some of us are asexual, some of us are not, some of us like, some of us like. Trans people are not one personality type. We're different people and we all have different, you know, love lives, feelings, emotions, etc. We're not the same type of person. There's not just one specific trans person. It's the same with cisgender people. We're different. This is definitely one of the more hurtful misconceptions. I've heard people saying that I transitioned for sexual pleasure, which is disgusting. I transitioned to be me. I didn't do it for sexual pleasure or anything like that. That's definitely a disgusting thing to say to someone. I don't even like sex that much. This is pretty TMI. I'm not like a very intimate person, or so to speak. I don't know how to put it. So yeah, I transitioned to be me. I transitioned because ever since I was as little as I remember just wanting to be a girl and feeling like I was a girl trapped in a male presenting body. I just wanted to break through and be myself. I didn't even know what was wrong with me when I was younger. I just knew that I had a great amount of jealousy towards all the other girls who could be themselves and could do things as they could do. And as soon as I realized that I was trans, I wanted to transition, and it has nothing to do with sexuality or anything like that. It's just such a damaging thing to the trans community to spread, and it's definitely not true. So yeah, but misconception number 3, that we detransition. I've talked about this so many times before, so I'm going to keep it pretty short and simple, but I've made so many videos talking about this with data and like statistics backing me up, and I don't have the time to go into all of that, but you can just look through some of my YouTube videos and I have statistics and data backing it up. And but yeah, we don't detransition. I mean, some people do, and I feel really bad for them, but the majority of trans people don't detransition, and the majority of detransitioners are people who detransition because they can't find a job or that they had bad surgery or something like that. But most trans people don't detransition, and there are statistics backing this up, and please be sure to find some good sources. But I have a few videos talking about this with peer-reviewed empiric data, and you can look through those videos if you're interested. And misconception number 4 is that you're gay if you're a man being with a trans woman. The only way you're gay if you're with a trans woman is if you're a woman yourself. When I live my everyday life, I'm pretty much assumed to be cisgender. I pass in my, and that's a privilege all of its own, but I pass in my everyday life, and the men finding me attractive, they're not gay. I have the autonomy as a woman. I mean, I look like a woman. I'm not saying that there's one way to look like a woman. This is not at all what I'm saying. I'm not bashing anyone or anything like that. All trans people are beautiful. All people are beautiful. I'm just saying that when men look at me, they see a cisgender woman, and obviously that doesn't make them gay. And even if they know that I'm trans, it doesn't make them gay either. It's just like such a weird thing to say that, you know, you're gay for being with a trans woman because they have the chromosomes of a man. Like, do you see chromosomes? Like, do I have them in my forehead or something? And also, gay men don't find me attractive. I've talked to gay men and they definitely don't find me attractive or are attracted to me. So yeah, I just think it's weird when people on YouTube or TikTok say that if you're attracted to a trans woman, you're gay. Sexuality is so hard to explain, and I don't want to offend anyone. I feel like I'm like tiptoeing here. I don't want to offend anyone. I'm not saying that like being straight or gay or anything is like wrong or whatever. I'm not saying that being assumed cisgender is like the best thing to do or passing is the best thing to do. I feel like I'm going to make someone offended with this. I'm just trying to say that it doesn't make you gay for being interested in a trans woman. It obviously doesn't. Hopefully, cross my fingers, I didn't offend anyone. I'm not saying, I just want to really make it clear, I love everyone. I think that you're all amazing. Please don't be offended. Like, honestly, I'm so scared that I offended anyone. That was not my intention with this video. But misconception number 5, and that is we're transitioning because it's trendy to transition, which is like one of the craziest misconceptions I've ever heard. It's like wild. That is definitely one of the most wild things I've ever heard. Transitioning because it's trendy. First of all, it's not trendy to transition. Actually, transitioning is very dangerous. You can get hated by your family and lose all of your friends and your job and everything that matters to you. So it's definitely not something to aspire to. And also, transitioning is really difficult. Not only can you lose everything by transitioning, but also it's costly. And it's not something you just do on a whim. I've always known, as I said, that I wanted to be a girl, and when I finally had the chance, it took years and years upon years to transition. Here in Sweden, we have a long process. We have to talk to psychologists and therapists and doctors and everything, and then they diagnose you, and once that's done, you get everything for free, because it's actually, you know, a mental health issue, they say. So they give you everything for free so you can transition and be happy and everything. And that wouldn't have happened if I was just doing it because it's trendy. Like, what is happening? Like, do you honestly think I would go through hormone replacement therapy and like painful surgeries because it's trending? What? Like, it's the craziest things it's the craziest thing I've ever heard. It's like wild. Honestly, like, I don't know where you're getting your information from, but please stop. I would definitely recommend finding some other sources for your material, because that's just wild. It's crazy, definitely crazy. So yeah, we're definitely not doing this because it's trendy. And also, gender identities can't be in trend. It's not like a trend being a woman or being a guy or a man or whatever. You get me. I'm like baffled by this misconception. I can't find words. But yeah, I think that was all of the myths and misconceptions for this video, and thank you so much for watching, and thank you Catch Beauty for sponsoring today's video. And if you're interested in getting one yourself, use my discount code Mathilda and click the link down below in my description box, top comment, and everything like that, and get yourself one of these. And I definitely recommend it. But thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys!